One of the few ways to kill a demon is by exposing them to sunlight. This is the reason why the swords used by demon slayers, which go through lengthy sun exposure during their manufacturing, and act as sun during the battle, by which cutting a demon's head is same as exposing them to sunlight. A Nichirin blade is the steel specially made for the swords that Demon Slayer core members use to kill demons. According to the Demon Slayer manga, the blade is made out of scarlet crimson iron sand and scarlet crimson ore, which are collected from the mountains. But the materials aren't collected from just any mountain. They are picked from mountains that stand above the clouds, meaning they are bathed in sunlight all year long, without interference from the rain or having sunlight blot. The sword is made from a material that has absorbed sun, the one thing that can kill demons. Another distinct characteristic of the Nichirin blade is that they change colors once their owners pick them up for the first time. Each color represents a different element or inspiration, as well as the personalities and the type of power that each demon slayer holds. So let's talk about every Nichirin sword in Demon Slayer. Number 1. Black Nichirin blade. The most mysterious sword color from Demon Slayer is the one Tanjiro wields. The black blade represents the sun, and is surrounded by prejudice and misconceptions, as historically every demon slayer who held it lived a short life. This could mean that Tanjiro is destined to break the pattern and set a new legend for black Nichirin blades in the Demon Slayer universe. Also, black is frequently perceived as the absorption of all colors, which might mean that Tanjiro is said to navigate through sword colors and breathing, which is Demon Slayer technique that allows them to hone in the power that they hold within themselves to the sword. Grey Nichirin blade. The wielder of the Grey Nichirin blade is the one who breaks the pattern and shows that the Nichirin doesn't necessarily has to be used as a sword. Guillaume Hanjima has the grey blade that represents the stone, and instead of having a sword, he uses an axe attached to a chain. Curiously, Guillaume's personality is the opposite of what the stone represents. He's calm and compassionate, and is constantly crying, even though he's one of the strongest demon slayers. Number 2. Indigo Grey Nichirin blade. The Indigo Grey sword represents beasts, and, appropriately, its holder in the anime wears a giant hog head as a head cover in order to hide his face. Inosuke Bira also uses two swords at the same time, and both of them have the potential to not only kill a demon but make a messy job out of it. The swords are built with jagged edges which resemble a predator's teeth. Number 3. Red Nichirin blade. Red often means intensity, and in Demon Slayer this is no different. The red sword represents flame, and Kyojiro Rengoku's expansive personality translates that. The fire breathing allows for some incredible visuals, including the dance of the fire god, which became one of the anime's most famous scenes yet. Number 4. Amber Nichirin blade. The amber blade represents sound, and it's wielded by Tenjin Uzui. The sound breathing uses noise to confuse adversaries, and the ones who use it have an extremely developed sense of hearing. Tenjin also uses the blades with different weapons. His Amber Nichirin blade is used in a set of Kusarigama, which is a cleaver-like hand weapon. Number 5. Yellow Nichirin blade. The yellow blades draw from thunder, and in the manga and anime this ends up represented by Zenitsu Agatsuma, a boy who is scared of his own shadow, but when put under in extreme desperation unleashes a sharp and fast personality who may cause mayhem through his sword blade. Number 6. Blue Nichirin blade. One of the most prominent swords seen in Season 1, the blue sword represents water and its owner, Giyu Tomioka, uses it in fluid movements that make him a skilled and formidable killer. The movements used for Giyu's water breathing resemble the ocean, a calm body of water that can be deadly under specific circumstances. Number 7. Blue Nichirin blade. The breathing that inspired many other techniques is represented by the green sword color. Wind is the element of the green Nichirin blade, and Seimei Shinazugawa is the one who wields it in Demon Slayer. His twisted personality made for a dangerous welcome when Tanjiro was transported to a very special place by the end of Season 1. Number 8. Pink Nichirin blade. The pink blade represents love, which may seem kind of abstract when put together with the other blades, but it has an explanation. The love breathing has a peculiar nature, and it was developed by the pink Nichirin blade wielder herself, Mitsuri Kiroji. She was inspired by the flame breathing after being trained by Kyojiro Rengoku. Her sword is also extremely peculiar. It's thin and resembles a whip, and she's the only one who can wield it properly. Number 9. White Nichirin blade. The white in Demon Slayer sword colors represents the mist, which is embodied by Muichiro Takedo in the manga and anime series. The mist breathing is frequently associated with a calm and distant personality, and Muichiro never lets emotions get in the way of his judgment. This sword color has techniques derived from wind breathing. Number 10. Lavender Nichirin blade. This blade represents the serpent. The reason why Obanai Gyro's sword resembles the body of a snake, the serpent breathing derived from the water breathing, and the techniques resemble the movements of the animal it represents. Shinobukucho used the same lavender blue color blade, but her sword is different than any other normal sword in Demon Slayer. The weapon loses its blade and is replaced by a rod. It ends in a needle-like tip, resembling an insect stinger in appearance and function. The stinger is designed for injection of wisteria poison into demons, as Shinobu uses her medical expertise to replace her relative lack of strength and inability to decapitate demons. Number 11. Light Pink Nichirin Blade. Derived from the water breathing, the light pink Nichirin blade represents the flower, and it is used by Kanao Tsuyuri and Kanikucho, the sister demon slayers who developed their own shared breathing. Number 12. Purple Nichirin Blade. The purple blade represents the moon, which is the exact opposite of the sword that Tanjiro uses. Not by chance, this is the sword that one of the main antagonists wields in the series so far. The Upper Moon one, Kokoshibo. The moon breathing is an improved version of the sun breathing, which was enhanced by the use of some obscure techniques. So that's all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss any awesome content like this. See you guys in the next video.